And my main person wasn't available either.
Oh
So
no.
I had called a friend and I was telling her so the client booked me on Sunday morning. They wanted the job done yesterday because they were moving furniture in yesterday afternoon. So it had to be done yesterday morning. And so I called my friend and I was telling her about it, and she's like, "Oh, well, my sister kind of she doesn't have a cleaning company, but they kind of like move out, construct, they do more construction homes and stuff like that. Like,
Okay.
yeah." So she called the sister, and the sister got one of the cleaners to go. So now the whole time I'm like, I hope like when she gets there, the guy don't be like, "Are you from Fresh Space?"
Yeah.
But glory to God, the person doesn't speak English. So
Oh.
I just texted the guy. I'm like, "Hey, Miss Beatrice will be there at so time," but she saved the day. And then I got a review on Tomtech after that. And then the guy also he assigned me on for turnovers.
Nice.
So
Was it a good review?
yes, yes, yes,
Good.
yes, yes. It was really good. Let me actually read it out to you. And I was just like, just imagine if I didn't go. 'Cause
Right.
he was really particular about like me holding his card and charging it later. He's like, "Why can't I pay after the job?" So just imagine if, the job wasn't done. But
Yeah.
I have it here. So this was his exact words. He was like, the lady was called Beatrice. So he was like, "Beatrice was my cleaner, did an amazing job of my new home. She was extremely thorough and quick, which I really appreciated. I also like working with Stacy as she was courteous and professional. She was able to schedule my clean in short notice. I would definitely work with them again."
Awesome. See, that is awesome. It's so funny because it's like when a bad sit and I trust me, I know like I still do this, right? I've got well, actually I've gotten a lot much better, but it's so funny like when a situation occurs, like sometimes we'll automatically get in that frantic panic, like
Yes.
like you're nervous, you're scared, you don't know what's gonna happen. Like we just kind of almost assume the worst. And then like at the end, it just all like pans out. Like it just everything was just copacetic. And then it's crazy because like the client really doesn't know like how chaotic it was on our end.
Oh my
And like
goodness, no,
they leave
no,
an
it was.
awesome review, like everything was just perfect. And that's how sometimes it goes. Like literally, that is how sometimes it goes.
I was scared the whole time because I'm
Yeah,
like, "Oh my goodness, what are you like?" But it worked out. It worked out. It was a three
that is
bedroom, three
awesome.
bath, and as I said, I landed the client. So, and I think it might be my second Airbnb or potential third. But yeah, I had
Nice.
another Airbnb guy that I almost didn't get anybody to go.
Did
So
does
I'm
he have
like, "What
multiple
are you
units?
hiring?" Uh, well, this particular guy, no, I think just this one
Okay.
for now. Yeah, he's just trying to get into it now.
Okay.
So, but I was freaking out yesterday. I'm not gonna lie because, and I kept saying, "I don't know. Probably you might. I guess you have a comment about this," but I'm like, I want to keep my 5-star review on Tone Text. So
Yeah.
badly, I've gotten like 4 from real clients. So I want to hold on to that.
Yeah.
I want to hold on to that. And I was just scared if
Awesome.
things were to go bad. But I think so the clients I'm finding don't want to work. I don't know if they're trying to apply for jobs for unemployment and stuff, but for some
That can
reason
always
they don't go
sometimes,
through the process. They
yeah.
don't.
So when you got your three cleaners, when you got just your three cleaners, hey Britt, hey Kimmy, um, did you keep looking or did you pause after
No,
that
I
moment?
keep looking, and for some reason, I'll send them the application, I'll send them the contract. Then, like, some even let me run the background. Some of them end up on Gusto, some of them end up on Booking Call, and then they just disappear. When you ask them,
Yeah,
like, "Hey, what's your availability? What is?" Like, it's like they blocked me or something. Like your phone doesn't go through anymore. And I'm like,
yeah,
"Thank you. I paid for you on Indeed. I paid to run your background." And then you just decided to go MIA. I think I've had at least like 5 or 6 people do that.
yeah.
So I don't know if I need to report that to Indeed, where I'm like, I don't know. It's like people keep applying, but they don't need the job, or I don't know. I don't know.
And have you looked, so right now is Indeed your main source?
Indeed, ZipRecruiter, until they charged me 500 and something dollars yesterday in the middle of all this. Oh yeah, so I didn't know that they were gonna charge. So they just let your card run.
ZipRecruiter charged you 500?
Yeah, so they let your card run till after you've spent over $500 in their money. But anyways, I had to call them and start crying. I'm telling you, yesterday was just crazy for me. I'm like, I'm new to this. You guys didn't say anything about it. I got my money back at the end of the day. So that was $537, I think. But yeah, this
Wow.
was all yesterday for me.
So
And
all in
then
one day.
yes.
And on a Monday. Mondays are awesome like
Yes. Yes. So I'm not using ZipRecruiter for now, but I'm still
Yeah.
using Indeed. Simply
And have you
hired when you
tried to
first
look for cleaners on also Craigslist, and
Facebook.
Market, Facebook groups?
I couldn't really, so the ones I find on Craigslist, especially the few that I'd call, they're like, no, I don't want to work with anybody. And then Facebook, I've not really found anybody, not that I know of.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, definitely also try to look at those free ways as well, like your Facebook groups, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, even Thumbtack. I've been testing out looking for cleaners on Thumbtack, kind of just how you would on Craigslist. But of course, the phone number is not listed. So I copy and paste the company name, and then I go to Google and I paste it there, and then I look for their phone number, and then that's how I reach out to them.
Okay, I'll try that.
Yeah.
What do you think about hiring? Thank you, by the way. What do you think about hiring people that have housekeeping experience? Because I think I have like 15 of those waiting. And I keep telling them, you don't qualify for the job. But they're like, no, I have experiences like cleaning my house. I'm like, no, it's not like cleaning your house.
No. So are they saying like housekeeper, like they like are living nannies, or like they like that
They've done like
housekeeper?
hotels and like what's it, senior living and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Do they have
Yeah.
any regular residential cleaning experience?
No, but then they tell you I qualify. It's just like cleaning my house, and I'm like, no, it's not. I have
I
people
mean,
calling my phone. Like, yeah, I qualify. I can clean.
yeah, that's super tough. I mean, that's super tough, right? Because depending on two situations that I would be in, right? If I'm in a situation to where I need cleaners, I might just give them a try. And if there's a situation to where like, okay, I have a good stack of cleaners that's reliable, they're on it, they're dependable, I may not be as lenient to give them an opportunity. So, maybe try, test, like interview them, ask them some questions, show them some pictures. Like, hey, if you had to clean a full 4-bedroom, 3-bath house that's deep clean, like where would you start? Would you feel overwhelmed? Could you do this? How long do you think it would take you? What cleaning supplies would you use? Like, just try to question and test their knowledge to see, like,
If they even know
if you think they could be capable.
Okay. One girl was like, you could just tell me all the things that you use for cleaning and all the supplies.
Because I mean, like, those might be the most reliable ones you have. But I mean,
honestly, I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Because at this point, I only have one person. And if she's not available, it's like I have nobody. The other ones are not reliable.
Yeah. Like I said, I could definitely see me being in a position to where I would totally give them a try.
Okay, well,
like give them some easier jobs.
I would consider it because I have a couple of them that I might just have to call back.
Yeah, definitely call them back, test their knowledge, see what they would, just show them some pictures and find like some good, decent house, and find like some ugly, like super deep clean houses, and kind of like test their knowledge and see what they would do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so very much.
Hey, I see some more people has jumped on. Hey, William, Janeska, Benny, I see your hand up. How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. Can you come back to me? I
Yeah.
totally forgot.
No
I had
worries.
the question and I just forgot it. I'm sorry.
No worries. And then also, if you remember and I'm like busy, like talking and stuff, just drop it in the chat and I'll come back to you.
Okay, copy that. Thank you.
All right. Hey, Wes, how are you?
Hey, Jasmine, how are you doing today?
I am good.
Good. Awesome. 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 Well, glad to talk to you again.
Yes.
So I had one quick question. Actually, I'm at the point now where I'm getting my Booking Koala set up.
Dope.
But I'm also doing this pricing analysis. You know, I'm
Okay.
looking at other competitors in the area. I've done a lot of looking at their prices online, kind of reaching out to individual cleaners who has the online forums. So
Okay.
my prices are pretty much everywhere. It was perfect timing when you dropped the price list and, you know, based on square footage and stuff.
Yeah.
Just a quick general idea. I know this cannot be anything used as concrete information, but let's say on your standard pricing, is that generally an idea for as what they would pay? Let's say if it's on a bi-weekly, like for example, you have for a, I don't know, 3,000 square foot home. I think you got it for like $400. Let's say. Would that be, if it's on a bi-weekly, would that be 200 per clean, or would that be 400 per clean? How should I be at least kind of altering my thinking about how to look at this pricing?
Yeah, so it would be 400 per clean. Now, bi-weekly though, they would get 15% off, or like whatever percentage of whatever percentage that you want to offer. Because normally weekly is 20, bi-weekly is 15, and monthly is 10. Like that's the industry standard. But of course, you know, you can always change that. That best fits what you want to offer. But it would be the 400 minus whatever percentage they would get for being a bi-weekly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. So really I can look at this. They could be paying me, for example, taking the $400 that you have for that square footage. So I could really be looking at this somewhat in the ballpark of $800 a month for
Exactly.
them to do a clean.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Understood now.
Yep. And that's why reoccurring cleanings is like, I mean, important for this industry. I mean, because like you get a couple of those automatic like reoccurrings on the books. That's awesome. Like I think I shared where my first year, like all of my business was just one-offs. I didn't have any maybe I had one reoccurring client, but they were all one-offs. And if I would have put in the work to make them all reoccurring and do the same work to get more one-offs, like it would have been, I would have like doubled my numbers. So definitely reoccurring clients is where it's at. Make sure you do your follow-up so you can get all of them to be reoccurring.
Is it normal to be able to retain, and I know this is kind of a random question, but is it normal to see 50 reoccurring customers, 100 reoccurring customers
Now, I mean, yes.
In a business?
Yes, of course. Now, of course, it depends on how big like your book of business is, you know, like how many clients you're actually servicing. But no, it is definitely, especially when you look at these bigger companies that are doing 1,000 cleanings a month, right? I mean, that's totally doable.
Really? 1,000 cleaners a month?
Well, I mean, we heard our Airbnb chick, she does about 1,000 and 1,200 cleanings a month. So it's totally doable when you get to that big, when you start really growing your business, especially when you look at companies. If you guys ever see in other Facebook groups, companies are like, oh, I'm selling my business, right? The main question that they want to ask is like, how many recurring clients you have? And then they'll give them that number because that's what they're really buying. So yes, it's totally normal when your business grow to have that many recurring clients.
Okay.
And then I know the number seems big, but think about it. Think of it as, let me get my calculator, right? So let's say you have, I don't know, let's do three cleaners, okay? And each of them do 2 jobs a day. That's 6 jobs a day times 30. That's 180 cleans. Now, let's say you have 6 cleaners. Let's say you have 8 cleaners, right? So that number can get really, really big. One of our students that's in the program, I'm trying to get him to come on and chat with us. He has 30 cleaners. And they're all doing multiple jobs. So that number is totally doable.
So with 6 cleaners, I could get 30 jobs a day.
6 cleaners times 2 jobs a day. Well, if they do 2 jobs a day, that'll be 12 jobs a day. 12 times 7.
Okay.
That'd be roughly 84 jobs a week. If they do 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
That's a lot of cleans, 1,000.
It is. Now, like I said, she does Airbnb, right? But like I said, if you think about that team, that the company that has 30, I mean, you guys, like, there is companies out here. I have a friend of mine, he's out here in Dallas. He does like 2 million a year, and he has 2 locations located here in Dallas. I mean, his book of business is like insane. So like when you get to those levels and you're having 30 to 50 to 60 cleaners, I mean, it can get overwhelming. I've never had more than like 15 cleaners at one time. So I couldn't even imagine wanting to like manage all of those at the same time. That would like give me a complete headache, but it's totally doable.
Okay.
I like that question though.
Thanks for the insight.
You're welcome. I see some other follow-ups on that question. Let me respond to those. How would you price? Okay, let me see. Oops, where'd my question go? Okay, I see, Danielle. So your question is, how would you price partial cleanings, like when people are not wanting the full house clean? So normally when it comes to partial cleaning, I will do by hourly. I normally do a 2-hour minimum, and my hourly rate is roughly around $60 an hour with a minimum of 2 hours. So that way the cleaner is still getting paid the minimum rate as they would for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. And then from there, they would just keep them like updated on the job. Like, hey, we got this much done in 2 hours, you want it to continue. If there's a hard stop at that 2-hour mark, then you stop. If not, then they would just make sure to keep track so they can count on how much additional time to charge them. And then like on Booking Koala, you can ask them, like you want to ask them what areas, because sometimes they'll try to get over on you and schedule an hourly clean instead of paying flat rate pricing, and they'll just try to get the whole entire house clean. So you always want to make sure that you ask them like what areas in the home that they want done during that time frame. Okay, same question. What would be the best pricing model for that? By room? Yeah, hourly. So with the reoccurring payment, is not on contract, right? I mean, I guess it's technically on contract, but it's on contract per your Booking Koala. So when they set up their payment, or when they set up their booking date, their date and their time, and their reoccurring, like that technically is their contract. Now, of course, they can cancel at any time. You would have your cancellation policy put in place. So if it is, if they can't, like whatever your cancellation policy, 24 hours, 48 hours, right? If they have to pay a $50 cancellation fee, if you make them pay the full amount, like whatever that is, like that technically is your contract. And then when they're not paying all at the same time up front, but they are paying per date. So if you have a reoccurring, for example, let's say they're weekly, okay, to make it easy, let's say they're weekly and every Friday they have a cleaning appointment, right? Now, this is all depending on how you set up your Booking Koala, But for example, mine is normally set up where it will do a pre-authorization hold 24 hours prior to their appointment. So that means every Thursday, it'll do a pre-authorization hold check to make sure that the funds is there, and then they'll hold the funds. And then after their appointment is done on Friday, then their money is taken out. But it is taken out every week, and not like all at one time, where like at the beginning of each month, we taking out 4 payments amount. It'll just be.
I can know her,
Okay.
even though I had a doctor's appointment.
Okay. Okay, you see, mommy's on the live right now. I'm sorry, y'all. So yeah, so it's just taking it out per week and not all at a time. Now, I have seen some people where they will run like a special, and they will offer different promotions to where if they want to pay all up front at one time, then they'll give them like a bigger discount. So that's always an option if you wanted to run a promotion, but most times it's just taken out weekly. Benny, let me know if you have any follow-up questions from that response.
No, that was perfect.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Feel like part of the issue I'm having is my cleaners are on standby without them.
Talking to.
All the people,
From who?
huh?
From where?
They're all over the place.
From where?
They're just all over the place.
From where? From where? From where? Mom,
Sorry, y'all.
from where?
He just had like an ice cream sandwich, so he's like trying to trip it on sugar. Look, go downstairs, watch TV. When mommy's done, I'll come downstairs
For what?
to come check on you. Okay, sorry. Let's see. I'm having my cleaners on standby without them getting too antsy for me. And ensuring that their cleans are thoroughly, as I don't have anyone to do quality control, which I'm thinking I need to invest in that. Any suggestions for that? So you can totally have somebody to do like quality control, like if you have like a lead cleaner, to go back and check. But the best way to do that, to like help hold them accountable, is like before and after pictures, and then them also doing a final walkthrough, a before and a final walkthrough with the client. So that way they can also make sure that the client is happy before they walk out, to avoid any refunds or customer not happy, or a re-clean where they have to come back out to the home. So I would definitely recommend trying to put that in place to see if that will help. When I put that in place, that helped a lot with like upset clients, because it made them be held accountable. And then also, of course, when they had to start going back to do those cleaning with no extra pay too. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Sherry, I see your hand raised. You have a question?
Hey Jazz, how are you?
I don't understand. Hey Siri, I see your hand raised. You have
That happens every time.
Every time. Oh my goodness. How are you? How's everyone? And your son is too cute. Oh my goodness.
Everybody left and they decided to leave him, as if like they didn't know every Tuesday I'm on this live. Like,
Yeah.
taking him.
Yeah. So funny thing about that, I wanted to ask you, like, how do you navigate as far as like having a booking, or someone, I guess, inquiring, calling you and wanting to book, and you're like out and about dealing with the kids? Like, because that's pretty much happened to me the other day. Someone called and I'm like, okay, I didn't think about that. When I'm out and about, which I am, I guess, most of the time, are you like just pulling up Booking Koala and just pretty much on your phone trying to, put in, okay, this many bathrooms, that many bedrooms? Like, is that normal?
Yep.
When we're not, in an office?
Yeah, no, pretty much. I mean, it got really crazy. Like, over time, my kids kind of understood, but like I would be like, hey, everybody be quiet, like I'm about to take a call. Or
Yeah.
I would like pull over on the side of the road and hop out the car.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm at soccer I remember so many times at soccer games, I'm like running, like literally running to the parking lot away from like screaming parents to talk to clients. No, Like it really got crazy. Now, like I said, the best part was when I was able to get a VA, when that got too overwhelming.
Yeah.
Because like I just couldn't do it. But yeah, I literally like always had my tablet, always had my laptop, because just in case
Mhm.
one died, I had another.
Yeah.
And yep. just-
Exactly, exactly. And then I'm thinking, because I'm still fairly new and still kind of remembering everything, how I set it up, my packages and things like that. So
Yeah.
I think I need to maybe have like a little notepad on me while I'm out and
Oh,
about, so I can
mhm.
get notes,
Yeah, that's what
Um,
I would do too. Like I would have like my prices, like just the bare basic price points, like taped on the back of my laptop. So that way, if I needed just to give like a quick quote from a call that came in or text that came in, especially if it didn't come through Thumbtack. I mean, Thumbtacks were perfect because I can just communicate through to them directly on the app. Same with
Yes.
Google Local. But if they was to actually call in, it was, yeah. And Daniela said she's doing this, like the
Same
same thing. Like
Yeah.
I would literally just have to like have every device, and it just looked crazy sometimes, especially if I had to pull over the side of the road.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. And another question, about, I guess kind of similar to someone was talking about the partial cleanings. So you know how we have the extras, right? Set up in Book and Koala, like, if it's a dining room or a den or office or something like that. So when we're sending our cleaners out to clean, are those rooms normally not included? Because I was getting a little confused with that. Like, what's the point of having extras on it? I thought the scope of it was to clean the entire home, unless they wanted to exclude those extras, or even a bedroom if they wanted to exclude those. You understand what I'm saying?
No, okay, so do you mean extras? So, okay. So extras are typically like your windows, blinds, oven, fridge,
Mhm.
pets, add-on, deep clean, move out clean. So those are typically like your extras.
Okay.
Those add-ons, laundry, dishes, patio sweeping. So it's that's normally what the extras are. Something that's not typically included in like your standard cleaning. So your standard cleaning would cover the entire home,
Okay.
kitchens, bedrooms, bathrooms, all the things. But if they wanted, I would always say like anything inside. So inside the oven, inside the fridge, inside the
Yes.
cabinets, right?
That's
Those are like
extra.
typically your add-ons.
Okay, so like an office, that's automatically gonna get cleaned
Yes.
unless they don't want that.
Correct.
Then that's what, okay, so even those like office or den or game room, the way I set it up in Book and Koala, I think I put it at like $5 or $7 off, because I don't want them excluding all of these extra rooms and then I'm barely making anything. So
Right. Yeah,
really
I would not like those, like the extra rooms, like I wouldn't necessarily include those as extras.
Okay,
Those would be included in the full house clean.
okay. Do you have a certain cap on how many rooms they can exclude?
Well, I don't really give it an option to exclude any rooms unless they're doing a partial cleaning and they're like, I only want my downstairs bathroom, kitchen, and living room clean. So yeah, now of course, I mean, yeah. So I mean, even if they exclude, let's say like I want everything, I only want like the master bedroom, the kitchen, the bathroom, the living room, like none of the other bedroom, because sometimes they'll do that. They'll be like, no, my kids got to clean their own room. And
Exactly.
they'll
Yep.
sometimes not
Yep.
clean those rooms, right? So I would just take into account how many bedrooms they're listing, but I would still book it as a full house. So let's say if it's a 5-3, but they're like, don't clean 3 bedrooms, then it would be considered a 2-3, but still and then just exclude the square footage. So I guess assuming a bedroom is what, I don't know, 100 square feet, 150 square feet.
Yeah.
So excluding that from the square footage and then having that be their house. So if the square footage was 2,300 square feet, now I'm knocking it down to 2,000 square feet.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Because I was thinking about that. I'm like, everyone may not want their entire
Yeah.
home clean. So how would I, go about that. So in BK, I just pretty much knocked off just a few bucks, you know? So
Yeah.
that's how I did that. Okay, so I think because I think I put like den and game room into extras, so I guess I need to
Yeah.
go and take that
Yeah.
off.
Definitely.
Okay, I wasn't sure. And then another question, you know how we send out a cleaner and then when they get there and they're like, it's extremely dirty, it's like a hoarding situation.
Yeah.
So, let's say if it's a job where, like, how do you handle that? Like, do you still pay the cleaner for still going out there?
So it's handled two ways. Typically, I try to communicate with the cleaners first. Like if you guys ever arrive to the home and the expectations is different than what you normally know it fits. Like if you arrive to even for a move out, I'm like, if y'all arrive to a move out, clearly it's a move out and they booked a standard, let us know, right? If you arrive to a deep clean and it needs to be an extra, let us know. Like, don't just start cleaning and then be like, hey, by the way, that job was way more, so I need to get paid more. Well, I need to know that ahead of time so that way we can get not permission, but we can communicate that to the client of the new price change. So if they do right by letting us know, right, they'll text us. We'll normally sometimes ask for pictures. Like, hey, can you send us some pictures or send us some videos so that way we can see? Because sometimes the cleaner will get there and they'll be like, this house is super bad. And then I'll look at the picture, like, this house is not that bad. It's just trash on the floor that needs to be just picked up. Now, of course, there's an excessive amount of trash, but sometimes it really is not as bad as they say it is, right? But if the pictures show that it is bad, then from there we will contact the client, right? And I'll be like, hey, Mr. Smith, this is Jasmine from Best Cleaning Service in Dallas. We were just contacted by our cleaner and she let us know that the house is actually going to be requiring more attention than the actual service you booked. And we would need to bump your deep clean to a heavy duty deep clean. So that way we can make sure to provide the service expectations that you're looking for. It would cause for an increased price at X, Y, and Z. Is this okay? Would you like us to continue, right? And if you do not want to continue, we would have to cancel this cleaning service and there would be a cancellation fee that is X, Y, and Z, right? So we will wait for his response. If he cancels, we charge the fee. If he doesn't, like, oh, okay, no, it's fine. I understand. I kind of knew it was going to be more, right? Because they most times know that already. Then I'm like, okay, awesome. What I'm going to do is send you a text message to confirm the new price point. If you can respond back with a confirmation that you agree with the new price change, we will go ahead and allow the cleaner to continue. So I do that as like real proof. So that way, if they ever try to come back and be like, yo, she charged a different price, I have proof to be able to show the stripe if they try to, dispute the charge.
Right. Perfect. That was the whole script. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. And then
welcome.
let's say if they cancel, are you still paying your cleaner even though they showed up?
So with the cleaner situation, right? Now you can either have a policy put in place to where you will give your cleaner 50% of the cancellation fee or all of the cancellation fee, right?
Yeah, no,
But-
I put in zero because it asks that in, I put in 0.
Okay, because I mean,
Thinking maybe,
essentially,
I don't know, pay them for gas. I don't know.
right, and that's a very tough situation because they're gonna ask, they're gonna complain, they're gonna be
Yeah.
upset. Like, man, I just drove out here, it was wasting my time, blah blah blah, right? But
Yeah.
essentially, they are contractors and they get paid per job completion, right?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it just depends on like how far like you're gonna, draw the line in the sand. Because technically they're contractors that get paid for job completion, where that $50 is actually going to compensate your lead fee, right? So those are like the 3 options you can do.
Okay.
Mhm.
Perfect. Thank you for that. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome.